Welcome to this episode of YouTube. And we just finished a webinar on Friday night, our winter pack dynamics, and we had a Wolves After Dark crew here on Saturday night observing the pack. So we got some good data to help support our assessment of pack dynamics as we come into the most dominant winter season. Obviously, Axel best described as being kind of in your face and being very active and posturing. As a matter of fact, the ID for the Wolves After Dark folks training was if there is a white wolf with a tail up in the air, it is probably Axel. So we're still seeing a little bit of that. It is definitely decreasing as time progresses. We've got some cold weather coming in, so we might expect to see some things. But Bolts, you can see him coming down in the mix. As we talked about last week, he is using Denali kind of as a comfort. He definitely hangs with Denali quite a bit, but you can see him tail wagging. He's not intimidated by Axel. He's kind of gotten over a little bit of that, and part of that is because Axel's gotten over a little bit of that intense focus on Bolts. When Bolts shows weakness, it's a natural pattern for the other wolves to see that weakness and to target that weakness, and so it's a twofold process here. We try to curb Axel's excitement and we try to increase Bolts' confidence, and in the mix there is Grayson, who we also see as a lower ranking wolf. So what typically happens around 4 o'clock, just don't know what about the magic hour, but usually some kind of a upper enclosure chase, and you can see there that Bolts is right in the mix with the Arctics. He's young yet. He's going to be 8 in March, so he's still got a lot of speed, a lot of power, but don't count Denali out. He's going to be 12, but he's still right in there with the mix, and not quite as fast as the Arctics. One technique, when animals are a little bit excited, ear stroking can help calm them down. Also, downshifting, kind of just using your fingers along the back of the spine to kind of relax the wolf a little bit. And so we've been working on that with Axel. It certainly is something that he's very interested in. Body work, he actually presents himself for some of the back leg work that we've been trained on with Luna. So again, we have pups coming in 2020, which is going to change the dynamics of this pack. It is 2020, so pups coming in a few short months. We don't know, again, we won't know when they're born until we see some activity in the breeding season, but we're working on the behind-the-scenes agreements and making sure everything's set. But that's going to help, again, tremendously. And we do believe Bolts, who likes puppies, is going to have, again, a lot more distraction to take away some of his anxiety and phobia that he deals with, especially summer bugs, winter Axel. And those are kind of his issues. So, but again, I wanted to say that Grayson is an important player here. Very calm. Grayson is often found with Bolts lying down in a relaxed position, and you can see here Bolts' ears are a little bit pricked sideways, probably because yep, that was Axel coming up. You see the lip curl there, that was towards Axel. So these two, I think, again, are being lower ranking wolves. They're not as much in conflict with each other, and they do get a lot of social relaxing time. What I did want to point out there, you see that kind of yawn from Grayson. Yawn, again, is a stress indicator, so if there is a little bit of a conflict, Bolts is going to probably show it a little bit more overtly, where he's, anxious and he's hiding. Grayson tends to inwardly show, kind of manage stress, where you might just see him in excessive yawns or blinking or face licking or something like that. So very, very subtle, very important that people coming next for pup care understand that. One of the questions that was brought up in the webinar is, where does Grizzer sleep? Well, Grizzer sleeps in this transition area here. You can thank the Working for Wolves crew for the last 3 years that have made this an ideal place for an old wolf to stay out of the snow, not have ice packed on gates where they travel quite a bit, and that's where he sleeps. So he's got a bed in there, oftentimes found sleeping there. We have a ring camera there, so we can kind of monitor him. But that is the east side, comes through the transition area. Then he comes in for breakfast. This is the pack holding area vestibule. As we said, he's had a little bit of a tooth issue with a premolar, so he's got soft food. And we, at this stage of his life, he's not on a diet. Whatever he wants to eat, we try to manage at least 3 pounds. If he wants to eat a little bit more, that's fine. If he doesn't, he caches it. So that's kind of it for the update. Thanks for watching. And just a couple of notices. We do have 2 webinars coming up in March. We are going to still honor Luna's birthday on March 25th, and we have Boltz's birthday on March 17th. And we also have the annual Wolf Care Auction coming up on March 13th with lots of things to help support these ambassador wolves. So thanks for watching.